Welcome to Palazzo. Unlike other language learning apps, we focus on building language foundations as quickly and efficiently as possible. Let me show you some of the tools we use to make this happen. In the bottom left, we have the vocab deck. It has thousands of the most commonly used vocabulary words, and every flashcard is equipped with a visual mnemonic to help boost memory retention. This first flashcard is asking us for the English translation for the Spanish word leer. When we tap the card, we see that leer is a verb that means to read. It also has a picture of a person laying in the air and reading, because the English phrase leer sounds phonetically very similar to the Spanish word leer. Our studies showed that this method of learning vocabulary increases test scores by 26% after just one use. The cards also use a spaced repetition system. Every time you answer a card correctly, the time interval until you see that card again gets spaced out. I'll swipe right on this card, and the app will show it to us again at a later time. If you find the information on the card challenging, you can swipe left instead, and the algorithm will show you this card again sooner. You can also swipe down to undo the last action you did, or you can swipe up to hide a card, meaning you won't see it again in the future unless you add it back from the library, which is found up here in the top right. In the library, you can add new words to your study deck by tapping on the plus button next to the word. The cards that are in your study deck currently are highlighted. You can also filter for cards that are in your study deck so that you only see cards you are actively studying by tapping this button at the bottom. Tap it again and you will again be able to see all the vocabulary words in the Palazzo library. Or if you want to add batches of words quickly, once you finish all your reviews, you can press this button, which will add 10 new frequently used vocabulary words to your study deck. Alright, let's navigate back to the home screen. Next, in the middle, we have the conjugation deck. This is another spaced repetition flashcard deck, but it focuses specifically on verb conjugation. In the vocabulary deck, all verbs are in their infinitive form, and there you will focus on learning the definition. Here, in the conjugation deck, you will practice using verbs in their conjugated forms. We utilize intuitive symbols that prompt which tense to use, and the pronouns are already in your target language, both of which optimize studying efficiency. If you forget what the symbols mean, tap the symbol and the legend will be revealed. Like this symbol that looks like a bow on a present, which stands for the present tense. Like in the vocab deck, tap the card and the conjugation on the backside will be revealed. See how you just practice conjugating without using any English? This method gets you thinking exclusively in your target language as quickly as possible, rather than just translating sentences. But if you want to check the definition of the conjugation, simply tap this button here, and the translation will be revealed. Like in the vocab deck, you add new verbs to conjugate in the library in the top right. But in the conjugation library, you can choose which individual tenses you want to add or subtract for each verb by tapping here. Simply check or uncheck the box, and all the conjugations for that tense will be added or removed from your study deck. Again, the words in your study deck are highlighted, and you can filter for those cards by tapping this filter button. Once you have finished all your daily reviews, you can also press this button to quickly add the present tense conjugations of another frequently used verb to your deck. Finally, in the bottom right, we have the video palaces. Because conjugating verbs is hard, we made mnemonic cartoons to help make the process fun and easy. Like with the vocabulary cards, the concept is that your brain remembers pictures and spatial landscapes far better than it remembers letters. Check out the first video for a complete explanation on how the video palaces work and what the different characters in each video mean. Alright, I think that's enough for an introduction. More detail about how to use each tool, as well as the philosophies behind them, can be found in the main menu, up here. Now let's get you started on your path to fluency. Enjoy the journey!